what's up YouTube? For today's video, we'll be full Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker movie team. I'll be using the most important Pokemon from this movie and putting it in one team. So today's episode of Making You Feel Old. This movie was released on the 19th of July 2003 in Japan. So I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12 years old. So yeah, that's crazy to me. I've got 3 battles in this team, and I really hope you enjoy. This is the first battle. This one is against Victor, and I'm going to be leading here with my Absol versus Infernape. You know, such a brilliant matchup here for Absol. So I've got a special Absol with Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, Future Sight, and Flamethrower. Now, there is going to be some Pokemon news tonight. It's the Pokemon Presents. Now, I'm going to probably be putting this video up after I actually do react to the live stream with that and stuff like that. So what I was thinking is, these are going to be my predictions. I want to see if I'm going to be right. They're going to announce the region name, they're going to announce the mechanic, and they're going to release some new Pokemon. And they may even look at maybe the battle side of things too. I want to see if I'm right. I'm pretty sure that I will be, because they should have announced those things by now for a main series game. Alright, anyway, we're going to swap out the Absol here and go into my Jirachi, because, you know, my Absol is going to get annihilated by this power-up punching mixed Infernape with Flamethrower. So Future Sight is going to land here. Jirachi actually managed to use Protect there and stalled it out another turn. But unfortunately, Infernape is going to be able to live that one. Absol's special attack really isn't what you call the greatest in the world. We're going to go back into Absol right now, and Absol is going to be taking this Flamethrower. Unfortunately, it's not going to be taking it very well there. I pretty much just sacrificed Absol there. It was the most expendable Pokemon at this point in the game. Now, the Absol was max speed and max special attack, Timid Nature. We had Super Luck and Scope Lands. And you got to see all the other moves there. Next Pokemon is going to be Pikachu. We use Pikachu in pretty much all of these teams. And we're going to get rid of that Infernape there with a nice, simple Fake Out. My moveset is going to be Fake Out, Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, and Iron Tail. I've got Light Ball as the item, and Max Attack and Max Special Attack. Next Pokemon is going to be Ambipom. This could have Fake Out as well. It's like, oh, I don't know what it's going to do, but it's not going to use that. It's going to use Double Hit instead. It's like, damn, that did a lot of damage. So that was a Technician Ambipom, and, you know, it dropped my Pikachu in one shot there. Next Pokemon we're going to bring in is going to be Jirachi. Now, this Jirachi was a pretty cool set. We've got Protect, Last Resort, Doom Desire, and Future Sight. I've got Max Attack and Max Special Attack and Citrus Berry as the item. Now, I know that Doom Desire and Future Sight can't stack, but I thought I'd have them both on there anyway, so just depending on what sort of, Pokemon actually came out, I could fire off, a Psychic move or a Steel-type move. I could then proceed to go for a Protect, and then I'd use one of the other moves and then try and get the Last Resort to work. So like a full, mixed attacking set. So I'm going to be eating my Citrus Berry there thanks to the Ambipom hitting me with lots of double hits. The good thing about this, it is resistant. So, that'd be very bad if I had like a super effective move. Even something like neutral, right? So Doom Desire is going to hit really, really hard, and Ambipom is going to get wrecked in one shot. I'm trying to think about what the mechanic for Gen 9 is going to be. Man, I don't know. I think it's going to be... It's probably going to have to be something to do with stats, for sure, right? It has to be something to do with stats. I don't know whether it's going to be a fusion or another new item that the trainer can hold. But something like that. That'd be my guess from the mechanic, and they change the stats somehow. Or maybe even to do with the typing. I think that'd be really cool. Anyway, in comes the big old Snorlax. It's going to be a Metronome Snorlax, and it's going to use my favorite healing move. I feel like the game did that one on purpose. So, Big Mom is going to get pretty much all of its health back there. Jirachi is going to have to do something here. So I'm going to go for the Last Resort on Jirachi. That's doing pretty good damage to Snorlax. It's a clean 2-hit KO. Now, it seems that Snorlax only has Metronome as his attacking move here, and it's going to use Confusion. I was like, please do not confuse my Jirachi, because knowing my luck, right, if I did get confused, I'd probably hit myself at Confusion. Anyway, we got the Snorlax getting hit by the Doom Desire, and it lived on like 1 health. You wouldn't read about it, right? So I'm going to go for another Last Resort, and that is going to be the end of the Snorlax there. I still say this day, Confusion still be at least a 50% chance of confusing the opponent. I reckon, because it's called Confusion, instead of just having that, tiny 10% chance. So in comes Miss Magius here. I'm going to fire that Doom Desire off. Miss Magius is going to go for a Shadow Ball here. That's easy going to be able to take my Jirachi out. I'm not running any bulk or anything like that on. So bye-bye Jirachi. Now, that's half my team, God. We're going to be swapping in Flygon right now. So Flygon is going to be a pretty interesting set. So we got Fissure, Dragon Rush, Dragon Breath, and Supersonic. So this is a mix set. Plus, it's got a fix sort of damage, one-hit KO move as well, and supersonic. So it's got all different sort of strategies going on. So I went for the Dragon Rush there on the Miss Magus. It did a lot of damage. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough to take out Miss Magus. I'm going to finish Miss Magus off there with a Dragon Riff. Let's say if it even fated me there, my next attacking move would have taken it out regardless. So bye-bye Miss Magus. Now, the EV spread on this Flygon, we got max attack and I've got max special attack. So another mix set here for you. I've got the item as Bright Powder too. So in comes Gyarados. This could be quite scary. Go for a Dragon Rush flinch there. And I actually got one. I was like, oh, that's really, really cool. So this time we're for this set is based around paralyzing the opponent and flinching them. And say if I don't do enough damage, well, then I'll go for a Supersonic to get the all the scum happening at once there, the confusion, the flinches, the paralyze, and if that still doesn't work, I'll try and go for a fissure. So a pretty fun set. So Gyarados is going to be going for a Waterfall and Dragonette set. This is going to be very scary. I actually really need to take this out soon. So that's the end of the Flygon. Next Pokemon is going to be Groudon. So obviously Groudon had to be in this team. I nerfed this Groudon set down by using a special one. Now, we've got Eruption, Earth Power, Solar Beam, and Thunderbolt. So, Thunderbolt's going to be nice. It's going to be 4 times super effective on Gyarados. Now, I've got the Drought up there, so Gyarados is not going to be doing as much damage with Waterfall, but it flinched me. I was like, no, this is very, very bad. So Gyarados is going to be able to go for another Waterfall here on my Groudon. I was hoping I didn't get flinched here. Otherwise, like, man, this is going to be game over. And thank goodness it didn't flinch the second time. I can finish off the Gyarados with the Thunderbolt. So that was very, 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 very scary there. So Groudon is on its last legs here. The last Pokemon my opponent is going to have is Registeel. So I'm like, okay, well, I can go for Earth Power here. This should do some pretty good damage to the Registeel. Now, my item is going to be Expert Belt. You've seen what the moves are. Max Speed and Max Special Attack. The Registeel is going to finish me off with a Flash Cannon there. So that's the end of Groudon. But I almost took Registeel. Registeel's got really amazing bulk to it too. So that was a pretty good amount of damage. Now, my last Pokemon here is going to be Mightiness. So this is a special attacking Mightiness. I'm like, man, this is going to be nasty. So I've got Dark Pulse. I've got Hyper Beam, Shadow Ball, and Nasty Plot. At this stage, it's like, nah, I can't go for a Hyper, sorry, not a Hyper Beam. Can't do Nasty Plot. Let's just see if we can get a flinch here with the Dark Pulse. And I got one. I was like, wow, that was really, really lucky. So that flinch from the Mightyena actually won me the game there. Apparently, the Registeel was going for superpower against Mightyena. And, Mightyena was not going to be living that one. And it's a very, very sort of like glass cannon Pokemon. I've got the item Toxic Orb. And I've got Quick Feet as well, so it can be quite speedy. We got the Nasty Plot to boost the special attack, and its special moves are extraordinarily limited. Anyway, thank you for the battle, Victor. There was a very, very close battle there. Man, had to be salty about that flinch at the end. I would have been. Let's get on to battle number 2 here. This is the battle against Marinette, and we got a Cherrim lead here. So that Mightyena was max speed, max special attack to timid nature, but very, very difficult. It lacks a lot of power, even after a Nasty Plot. So first Pokemon there is going to be Cherrim. I can go for a fake out here. I can clap that Cherrim, but it's still definitely going to try and transform. I know that. So it's going to outspeed me and go for a scummy day. So what I did here is I went for the Iron Tail too. So Iron Tail is a little bit accurate, but if I can get that attack off, I might be able to take this out with an Iron Tail and maybe quick attack combination. So Cherrim has transformed into its little sunshine form there. Your boy Melmetal helps me out there with a Iron Tail, and then I got a quick attack to finish off the sunshine Cherrim. So that's very, very good. That thing's quite dangerous in the sun. Next Pokemon is going to be Macargo. So Macargo, I've got Thunderbolt for that, and Thunderbolt hits really hard, but Macargo is going to go for an Acid Arm here. So my opponent definitely overestimated Macargo's bulk here. Absolutely. Even with the... it's definitely not going to be able to take this. I'd say it's something like max health, max special defense, but Pikachu's got a lot of special attack there with Light Bulb. Now they're going to swap out the Macargo, and they're going to go into Camera Up. So that's a good swap in there. So obviously my electric type move will not do anything because of that ground timing. So at this stage, Pikachu can't really touch Camera at all. It's not like I've got Surf. So I'm going to go into my Absol. Now Camera Up is going to go for Eruption in the Sun. And yeah, Absol's going to get absolutely annihilated. That's a nasty Pokemon to swap into there. Eruption is a very, very powerful move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Groudon. I thought, okay, well, Groudon, I've got Eruption on this one too. Let's go for Earth Power. So go for Earth Power on the Camera Up. Doesn't take it. It somehow lived. I was like, wow, I was surprised they lived. They went for Fissure and a miss. Thank goodness. So I'm going to finish them off there with a Disrespect Eruption, and that is the end of the camera up there. Very, very cruel move to use our poor camera up. Now, we got Makago. I don't think that's coming in there. The next Pokemon is going to be Breloom. So, like, okay, Breloom, well, I can go for Eruption here on the Breloom, and that's going to do heaps of damage. So, Breloom gets hit very hard, but it's got the Focus Sash as the item. I knew that I have Focus Sash because, why would you swap Breloom in? Now, Breloom is going to be going for a Bullet Seed here. Bullet Seed's going to do a lot of damage if this is a Technician set, which I'm, most definitely sure that is. So Bullet Seed does a lot of damage. Groudon just hangs on there on 15 health. However, the Breloom is probably going to have Mach Punch. I was thinking that before I even made my move, and it does, and that's the end of Groudon there. But, Groudon did a pretty good job there. Next Pokemon is going to be Pikachu. I've got Quick Attack on this set. And I've got Fake Out too, so I just went for the Fake Out, and Breloom is going to be no more. I don't think the opponent really wanted to swap into a Pikachu there, especially after they lost the camera up. Next Pokemon is going to be Shiftry. So Shiftry is going to go for a Leaf Tornado there, outspeeding my Pikachu. Pikachu just hangs on, only on a little bit of health there. I got to actually drop there, and my Iron Tail missed. I was like, oh, that really sucks. So I went for the Quick Attack there. I've got some pretty good damage from Quick Attack, and Shiftry is going to finish me off there with a extra Sensory. So bye-bye Pikachu. Now, I've got 3 more Pokemon left on my team. The Shiftry's not very bulky, so like, you know what? We'll go into Jirachi here. I can see if I can get my moves going. So Shiftry's going to swap out, which is, is good. And we got the Arcanine coming in, which is bad. So quite a few fire Pokemon in the team. We had like, we had the Makago, and we had the Camerupt and the Arcanine. So I went for a Doom Desire here. I like how Jirachi opens its eye on its stomach too. I think that's one of the few moves that Jirachi actually uses to make its eyeball open on its stomach. Looks very, very sad when it's using it too. Like, I guess it's using a move called Doom Desire. So Arcanine's going to swap out Intrigue, and in comes the Makago. So I guess they don't really want to get hit by a Doom Desire. Like, Arcanine seems to be like the best Pokemon left on their team. So going to Flygon, Makago is going to take the Doom Desire, and that's the end of Makago. There's definitely not going to be leaving that. Very, very powerful base move there on Jirachi. Next Pokemon is going to be the Arcanine. It's coming back in here, and it's got that Intimidate. So, like, okay, well, I could go for a Dragon Breath here. I could try and flinch. However, Arcanine is going to go for a Play Rough. Flygon is going to get dropped in one shot. So, I was like, man, that was a lot of damage. Is that Choice Banded or something like that? But I can see there's Life Orbs. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. I expected Flygon to live that one kind of badly. Now, Jirachi's the next Pokemon. I can bring it here. Arcanine has gone for a Will-O-Wisp, and it's landed on Jirachi. So, I guess maybe they expected me to have a physical move there. This is just going to be purely like, Future Sight special move. So I do have Last Resort too, so that's going to stop that from doing any damage. But I don't know if Jirachi's going to be able to, live for that amount of time. So I go for Protect there, stalling out the Future Sight. Here comes a Flare Blitz. I was like, okay, well, how about this? If I go and let this thing attack me, it'll take Life Orb damage, it'll take Flare Blitz damage, and then it'll take Future Sight damage. So we'll get hit by 3 different things. So let's see how much this is going to do. So Jirachi's going to fake then. Nothing I could have done. Here comes the Flare Blitz damage, right? There's the recoil. There's a Life Orb recoil. And here's the Future Sight attack from earlier on. And it took it out. So like 3 different sort of damages on the Arcanine there. Pretty cool. So that's the end of that. I've got my last Pokemon there. Shifter is the last Pokemon on my opponent's team. And it's down to Mighty Ina again as the last Pokemon. So like, you know what? Let's set that nasty pull up. I think I can leave an attack from Shifter here. So getting that special attack boost there on Mighty Ina, Shifter is going to go for a Leaf Tornado. Now, Mighty Ina doesn't take this super well, but it's good enough because I have to attack this dead. If Shifter was able to outspeed me there, I did have the Toxic Orb. So my only move here is to go for the Hyper Beam. I've boosted my special attack by 2 stages, and that is enough to take out the Shifter. So Mighty Ina nets me another win there. So a very, very close battle there. Taking Marinette for the battle. And let's get on to our 3rd and final battle with this team. Now, this was obviously on Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl because, the Pokemon they had to use were on here. Now, the next Pokemon to come out here in our 3rd battle, this one's against Sandy, is going to be Rikachu. So I've got my Absol lead here. So Absol, I wanted to use Mighty Ina as well. That was another reason why I did this, obviously on this game. So we got the Kricketune as lead. It's going to be setting up the Sticky Web. So Sticky Web's going to get dropped there. And Absol does have the Flame Thrower. So I'll be able to take this, Kricketune out easy with whatever combination. So bye-bye Kricketune. I don't know if that was Kricketune or was is that Chinese? I'm pretty sure it's or traditional Chinese. Next Pokemon here is going to be the Persian. So I went for Future Sight here. I thought, well, I'm not going to one-shot Persian, or there's no way. Persian's going to go for a switcher. I was like, okay, wonder what item it's going to give me, right? So I got rid of my scope lens, and it gave me a lagging tail. I'm like, oh, that's nasty. So now the Persian's going to go for a swagger. So it's got swagger and switcheroo. So pretty interesting set here. So Absol's going to be confused now. I don't have any physical moves. I'm just hoping I don't hit myself in confusion, because that could be really nasty. And I don't. So I'm like, okay, that's good. I've got the Dark Pulse, and I've got the Future Sight coming in very, very soon there. So this is the last turn that Persian can do against me. It doesn't have, obviously, any moves. They're trying to flinch me with a bite. I snap out of confusion and get another Dark Pulse off here. Persian is going to be fainting to the Future Sight. So I guess they didn't have any other moves there. It was like a complete troll set. So they give the opponent the lagging tail, I see. They swagger them for the confusion, and then they try and flinch from the bite and have the Parafusion going at the same time. A nasty set, if you can get all of it going. Next Pokemon is going to be the Hitmontop. Now, this is a theme team as well. If you can guess what this theme team is, let me know in the comment section of the video. And of course, people, if you do enjoy the videos, make sure you hit that like button. Really helps me out there. Only takes a second. It helps you out too, because you get to see all the videos and subscriptions and recommend and all that stuff more often there. It's how YouTube is working right now. We're going to go into Pikachu, because Absol got wrecked by Hitmontop. And Hitmontop's going to slide out here. Now, Hitmontop was quite threatening in this battle. Now, the next Pokemon to come in here is going to be a Roserade. Now, I can't do a lot here. I can go for Fake Out, and I can go for Iron Tail. And I got a crit on Fake Out. I was like, that's pretty good. Now, Roserade is going to outspeed me and put my Pikachu to sleep, which is very, very unfortunate. Now, I don't want to really swap out here. I thought, well, I don't want to swap out and get hit by a powerful special move, but it used Bullet Seed and says, I'm like, oh, okay, I see that. It even glitched my game up there. It was so powerful. So Pikachu somehow lives on 1 health there, and the merch is available, and Pikachu is going to be sleeping still on 1 health, and it's going to go down to a Bullet Seed. So maybe I'll give you a clue here. Some of the moves that the opponent is using, think about them. Like, normally a Roserade wouldn't use a physical set. Why would it be using a physical set for? There's your clue for today, at least for this team. If you did see any other theme teams as well before this, let me know. Like, I don't know if I don't think I picked up on any there. So we got the Groudon coming in here. Bullet Seed's still doing a lot of damage there. It really is to a Groudon. And I'm like, man, this is actually going to take me out if it hits me 5 times. But they only got 2 hits again. So they're pretty unlucky only getting 2 hits. So going for Eruption here in the sun is still enough to take out the Roserade, even though I did take some damage there. So bye-bye Roserade. Now, the next Pokemon to come into the matchup against Groudon is going to be Hitmontop. So Hitmontop is going to clap me there with the Fake Out. Groudon's got a lot of defense, so it's fine right there. I can also see the Hitmontop has got the Life Orb too. So here comes the Mach Punch. Mach Punch is a lot of damage there to my Groudon. Now, Groudon, I just went for Solar Beam here. I thought, we'll go for my most powerful move. I wasn't going to go for Eruption on 1 health. That would have done 3 damage. So here comes the Solar Beam here. I like how Groudon is sort of set up to be like a special set too. I still believe that Groudon should be a Fire-type Pokemon too. Like, what do you think? Like, how is it not a Fire-type Pokemon? Like, fire and ground. You could definitely do it. I understand why it could be ground, but I know, I definitely feel like it could be fire too. So our next Pokemon is going to be Mighty Ina. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and bait my opponent here. I know they're going to go for a Mach Punch, so I'm going to swap that Mighty Ina out there and go into Flygon. So I thought, well, I could swap Flygon in, a little bit of extra Life Orb damage, and, finish him on top. So it goes for Mach Punch, and holy smokes, that does some damage. I'm like, damn, that did so much. I can't lose my Flygon. This is going to be important. So what I did is I swapped the Flygon out. I couldn't go into Mighty Ina, so I went into Jirachi. Jirachi should be able to take this Mach Punch, and, Hitmontop is going to faint, right? So swapping into Jirachi, and my opponent, however, is not going to attack. They're going to keep that for later on. So I was like, dang, there goes my planet, and, taking it out with a Life Orb. So in comes Mr. Mime, just in time. So what I can do here is I can go for a Doom Desire. Now, Hitmontop is not going to like swapping into a Doom Desire. Mr. Mime's not going to like swapping into that either. So Mr. Mime's going to go for a Thunder Wave. It's a Troll set, and I got the Doom Desire off, which is excellent there. Now, I don't really know what Mr. Mime can actually do to my Jirachi. There's no way it's going to be able to one-shot me. So it must be some sort of, trolling set. Whether it's physical or special, I don't really know. So I have Future Sight there just so I could use the move, so I could use Last Resort in the future. Mine's going to swap out, and Hitmontop comes back in. So, okay, fair enough. I just went for a Last Resort here so I could use it, and Hitmontop is going to faint. I guess they really only had 1 attacking move left in them. So that's why they sacrificed Hitmontop, right? Mag Punch wasn't going to take Jirachi out either. So last Pokemon to reveal is going to be the Scizor. Scissor's got Fury Cutter. Uh-oh. Now, a Scizor with Fury Cutter is this is one of the best Fury Cutter Pokemon in the game besides Venusaur. And I can go for the Protect here, right? So Protect is going to stall that, obviously stall that Doom Desire out, because I want to land Doom Desire against the Scizor here, right? So getting that Fury Cutter on my Jirachi is going to be eating his Citrus Berry, so getting some more health back. But the problem here is I can't really swap out too much. I have no way to actually get around this Scizor, and I've only got Doom Desire and Fusion Sight as my most powerful move. So Jirachi is just going to live here. I get my Doom Desire, thank goodness. Like, that was a very, very big thing. If I can land Doom Desire and Scizor, it should do around, I want to say it should do around half health there. Scissor's special events is not that great there, right? So Jirachi is going to faint there. I've still got Flygon and I've got Might in it. So I thought, okay, we'll go into Flygon here. I should be able to get maybe like an attacking move off and then hopefully try and take out the Scizor. However, Scizor is going to swap out and Mr. Mime is going to come in. It's like, dang, I know what they're doing here. So what they're doing there, they're sacrificing their Mr. Mime, and then they'll bring back in their Scizor, because they know that, obviously, I don't have a lot to hit Scizor with, but Scizor still will get hit pretty hard by Doom Desire, right? So Flygon is the last Pokemon, and Mightyena, I just went for Dragon Breath. I was desperate to try and get, like, a Paralyze on this thing, and, you know, I was hoping to get the Paralyze, and unfortunately, it did not happen. Now Scizor is going to go for a Fury Cutter, and Flygon is done. Mightyena is my very last Pokemon here. Like, it's got Dark Pulse. I'm going to need to get a Dark Pulse flinch like 100 times in a row here. Scissor's going to outspeed me, and that is the end of the game. But there you go, people. Hope you enjoyed the Jirachi movie team. I'll catch you tomorrow for another video upload. Peace out, people.